Here we are, the Thursday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. It's the 21st day of November 2019, and it was another fairly cloudy day today. No surprise, and, it's that time of the year. We're just going to have more cloudy days than we are sunny days in Northeast Ohio and Western PA as we roll into the second half of November. Out of these clouds, just a touch of rain this evening. This is nothing more than sprinkles in some spots, a shower here and there. It's just, there's not a lot of moisture to squeeze out with this system. So yeah, passing shower or two will remain a possibility for this evening. Now it's as warm here in the 7 o'clock hour as it's been all day today. I told you we'd reach a late day high today. That's definitely come to fruition. 52 in the 7 o'clock hour at the airport. It's 54 in Columbus and pushing 60 down towards the lower Ohio River Valley. So yeah, this is as good as it's been all day today, and it's as good as it's going to get pretty much. We have the temperature trace going back to last night. We won't be quite as cold tonight. In fact, a fairly mild night coming up for tonight, but a much colder day is coming our way for tomorrow. So we'll get to our forecast details here. Again, our high-res futurecast showing not much more than a passing shower or two, some sprinkles overnight. I think as you get up and around Friday morning, there's really nothing more than a leftover sprinkle early in the day. I think the majority of the day is just kind of ho-hum, cloudy, colder, temperatures flatlining in the 30s. Now our model here is pretty aggressive, trying to bring in some brightening of the sky as we get into the afternoon. I think it's a little too fast. I think it's still pretty cloudy through at least mid-afternoon. At the last minute, right before sunset, which now is before 5 p.m., there might be some intervals of sun here and there, but it's going to take just about the entire day. Now the sky will clear tomorrow night, but then clouds will increase again from the south and west on Saturday, starting out with a veil of high cirrus clouds, making for a milky sky. Might have some nice 22-degree halos around the sun for the first half of the day on Saturday before clouds thicken and lower. And yes, some showers back in our forecast for late in the afternoon into the evening. Now our in-house model here is probably a little too dry looking, I think. I think the precipitation shield would be more filled in back here like this. But it probably has the right idea in that there could be some patches of wet snowflakes mixed in with the rain by Saturday evening. We're not expecting any sort of impacts from the snow showers around here, but don't be surprised if you see some wet snowflakes mixed in with the rain. A better day coming our way on Sunday. Now it's going to be pretty cloudy, at least for the first few hours of daylight, I suspect. By the afternoon, the sky probably tries to brighten. Temperatures will struggle a little bit, but hey, it's late November. That's kind of what we expect. Rainfall totals, once again, pretty modest over the weekend. Saturday afternoon through Saturday night, 1/4 of an inch or less advertised by all of our modeling. It's our final Penguin game day forecast of the season. It's a noon kick against Illinois State on Saturday. Kickoff temperature around 40. I think we're dry during the first half. Second half, especially fourth quarter, and then after the game, rain chances will start to increase. A lot of the game, though, looks like it probably will be rain-free. Just bundle up. It's going to be a chilly Saturday. Again, temperatures on Sunday, about 41. That's a handful of degrees colder than average, but hey, it could be worse here in late November. All right, let's start talking about the longer range. I think as we go towards Thanksgiving and especially beyond and into the first week of December, the big ridge that's been anchored out west is going to break down, and the west is going to turn cold and stormy. Now, eventually, I do think that this cold air is going to come all the way east, but it's going to take a little while. But I do think that by December 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, a lot of the country will be pretty cold, with the exception of maybe the deep south. A lot of the country pretty cold compared to the average, I think, during early December. I think the first week or so of December could be pretty cold compared to the average, but the entire month, maybe not so much. The Climate Prediction Center, part of NOAA and the National Weather Service, came out with their updated winter outlook today, including the December monthly outlook, and this is their map, showing pretty decent odds of above average temperatures in a lot of the country in December. And I think this is probably the right idea. I do think that, much like last December, which I know it may be hard to remember, but last December started out pretty cold. The rest of the month was not cold. I see this December playing out in a similar fashion. First week of the month, probably fairly cold. The rest of the month, the overall pattern may be one that struggles to produce much in the way of significant cold. The CPC's December precipitation outlook is pretty nondescript across a lot of the country, with decent odds of a wetter than average month in the Intermountain West, but not much of a signal in the east. And again, I think that's the right idea. I generally agree with their December forecast in terms of both temperatures and precipitation. So a cold start to December does not guarantee a cold December overall. We just saw that last year, and I kind of think that's in the cards for this year. Don't forget, I'll be doing an update on my winter forecast coming up during the first week of December, a week from Thanksgiving, so 2 weeks from today. I think it's the 5th of December, I'll be doing an update on our winter forecast initially put out in the first week of November. We'll do an updated version in early December. We'll see what some of the latest modeling is saying and see if I need to change anything from my original winter forecast. Sometimes when I do these early December updates, I need to make a significant change. I don't like doing that, but sometimes it's necessary. Some years I don't have to change much. So we'll see what happens in a couple of weeks. Thank you for checking out tonight's weather for Weather Geeks. On tomorrow evening's Friday edition of this video, we'll take a look in detail at the run-up to Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving holiday, and beyond on Friday's edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. In the meantime, have a great night.